Me and my wife are very possessive of our bedroom. When guests come, they only stay in the guest room. But there are only 2 occasions we opened up our own bedroom, which is we moved out and we let a guest come and stay. Last night was Frederick Harron, who crashed with us, and many years ago, it was Jimmy Wales, the founder of Wikipedia. When he stayed with us for 3 days, during conversations, there was one conversation that I'll never forget. And that was to the response to the question, so Jimbo, how did you start Wikipedia? And he gave this fascinating story that will remain with me till my grave. And he said, it was actually started as a for-profit site. It was called Newpedia, where he would pay thousands of dollars for professionals and experts to come in and write on a subject that they've got PhDs and they've got citations on. But on one fateful day, 2 planes went and hit 2 tall buildings in New York City. And not only did those buildings come crashing down, so did the entire economy. So all the funders who had put in money into Jimmy Wales' new company, they all yanked the money away. So he had 2 options. One was to just shut down his latest .com, much like tens of thousands of other .coms did, or somehow keep that alive. So what he did was, he changed the algorithm of the site and turned it into a wiki, which means that anybody can come and add, delete, or edit for free. He went out in front of the tech community, put his hands into his pocket, pulled out his empty things, said, I have no money. I can't pay you, but if you're passionate about the knowledge you want to share, please come and use our platform. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the 5th largest website in the world was born. The reason why I tell you this is Jimmy Wales said that if that fateful incident hadn't happened, right, his company would have been long dead and gone, because they would have invested so much money in marketing and stuff. It is because of this fate, he had to open it up, and that's what really turned it into the world's largest encyclopedia. So large that Microsoft's Encarta, arguably the world's biggest tech company, they shut down. Britannica Encyclopedia, that was like, what, 350, 400 years old, they shut down, right? You see the power of what people can do. And, you know, Wikipedia has like, I think, 53 employees or so. Not a single one of them is paid to write on Wikipedia. It's written by people like you and me. Why am I telling you this? Because that is the essence of this session, the Unconference. So far, the spotlight was on the speakers coming up on stage. Now, the spotlight is going to be on all of us. In fact, I so absolutely believe in the wisdom of the crowd. I wrote a book on Unconference. You know, Frederick says that you got to interview at least 200 people. I fell short by about 40. Interviewed a whole lot of people and found out what it is. So I completely believe in the power that the collective knowledge of all of us will kick asses of any person coming up on stage. So that's what this session is about. So I'm gonna throw across one. Okay, the question is, how many of you attended TM Karthik's session on improv? Raise your hands. Okay, give a shout out if you enjoyed that session. There you go. Wasn't it rocking? That's because he got everybody involved. True? And that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to throw only one question to all of you. Only one question. And you've got to answer that question. And we have mic runners, Kalpita handling the stage onto your left, and then we have Shraddha, Isha handling it out here, and then we have Sagrika handling the mic at the back. So I'm going to ask you this question, and I want you to take 45 seconds. And I want you to open up your notebook if you have one. If you don't have one, I want you to take your phone, and I want you to answer this question for me. And the question is, in all your speaking career, if you're not yet a speaker in all your life, what is the one single tip that has helped you personally become a better professional speaker? I'm going to repeat that question again. What is the one tip that has helped you become a better professional speaker? Some of you are not professional yet, which means you haven't started charging for your talk. In that case, what is the one that made you a better speaker? For those of you who are professionals, focus on what got you the money, what attributes that convinced others to pay you money and for you to, and for others, what is the one thing? 45 seconds, time starts now. Go. Fantastic. Thank you. For the first 4 people who volunteered to answer that, you will get a copy of the Unconference book. Okay. Isha, pick. Who should get it? Isha, I didn't ask you. There you go.
Last one.
Fantastic. Will you go and hand over this book? And hand over the mic, Kalpi or whoever has the microphone there to Siva. You got to switch on mic number 2, I think. Yeah, go ahead. No, Siva, go.
Check, yeah. One lesson I
Okay, hold on, Siva. You're known to give 2-hour and 6-hour talks out there. So if you're wondering what this ball is for, can everybody pick this ball?
Treat your
Okay,
audience
good.
the way
Wait. If Siva goes beyond 40 seconds, you have absolute right to pummel the ball straight at him. Okay?
Treat your audience the way you would treat your guest.
Okay.
This is from Brenda Benz.
Okay, he definitely has performance anxiety. What's that again?
Treat your audience the way you would treat your guest.
What does it mean? You speak like Mother Teresa now.
No.
What does it exactly mean?
No, this is a lesson I picked up from Brenda Benz.
Okay.
And she says when you are on dais, don't wear a hat that you know everything in the world. Treat your audience the way you would really treat a best guest in your home.
Beautiful. Treat the way, okay, so that's one tip. All right, who's next? Isha? Quickly. Okay. Isha, you only have 3 seconds to pick. Alex, okay. Mic runners, you're getting too absorbed in the session. Yeah, let's go. Okay, you cannot speak to me, you have to speak to the audience.
So hi, I'm Garima Arora, and the best advice is that keep your audience in mind, keep your TG in mind, and engage with them. That's the most important thing.
Okay, engage with the audience. And how do you do that? Any tips for people on how do you engage with the audience? Indu, just for the sake of camera, could I ask you to stand up and speak up? Yeah.
I would say use your stories. Stories have been the best way to engage with an audience. And if it's your personal story, nothing like it.
All right. I want, Vinod, I want you to play this one particular video. And the number that you will play is video number 11. I want you to play video number 11. Before the video plays, I'm going to tell you that the person who's the video is coming all the way from, just hold on just for a second, just go back right from the beginning. This is Rusty Labouche. He's in South Africa. This guy owned a 3,000-acre farm. Multiple companies had his own private airplane. And then he got charged, he got arrested by the Zimbabwean government. He's from Zimbabwe. And he got arrested, he got put in jail, his entire life went into shambles. And I think after about a decade, he got released, and now he talks his story. Now let's listen to his tips on storytelling.
What has helped me the most in becoming a successful professional speaker is adding as much real-life experiences to my keynote that the audience can relate to in everyday life. They must live your experience while you're delivering, and then they'll receive a stronger message. Being an international speaker with a unique accent, I find slowing my delivery down helps people absorb more detail too, as I have a powerful story and people need time to take everything in.
Stories, and that's what helped them. Right? James Frederick, you guys have seen him in action. But let me tell you, that while this is there, how do you capture stories? I think that is key. I want you to play video number 6. And this is coming all the way from Bali. Gautam Ketrapal is, he runs a fabulous event, a high-performance productivity event called Life Plugin. Let's hear him speak. 6.
Hi, my name is Gautam Ketrapal and I'm the founder of Life Plugin. I do a lot of public speaking around the world in the field of personal transformation, and if there is one thing that has helped me in my public speaking journey, it's my habit of writing my stories down. I have, I think, over 500 stories documented in my Evernote journal, and I write them often as I reflect on the life that I've passed. And I use a simple criteria to identify my stories, and it's this. Every single time in my past I have felt an emotion, I am in a story, be it a positive emotion or a negative emotion, and I use these memories to as my personal stories to craft my message as I go and speak on stage. And now here's the flip side to this beautiful concept. As a speaker, I'm aware, I'm looking for every single time I feel an emotion. So the next time I feel an emotion, I know I am inside a story that hasn't ended yet. And I get to write the end of that story. So I think I find that beautiful. I learned this principle from Eric Edmeades, world-class speaker, one of my biggest mentors. So I hope this message helps you, and I wish you the best for your summit. Bye-bye.
Brilliant. So that was Indu. Thank you so much for triggering that thing on the power of storytelling. If you have stories, all of us have stories, I think you should jot them down. All right, who's next? Hi. Oh boy. Okay, I'll make it easy for you. Okay, Sagarika. Sagarika, pick quickly.
I'm Arunagiri from Bombay. The one tip which have really helped me is be always well prepared for your speeches and training so that you give much more than what the participants expect from you.
Be extremely well prepared, and they say practice, practice, practice.
Yes.
Right? I think it's a fabulous one. So Frederick has just left behind, so I'm going to tell you this very secret. Today morning, oh no, okay, he's back. So this morning, I'll tell you an experience that I think it perfectly helped me. He woke up at about 6 o'clock early in the morning. He's all ready, and you know, he's gotten ready, taken his bath and everything. He makes me sit down, and he runs through his closing keynote presentation. He runs through the closing keynote presentation. And, you know, that's a form of practice, and he's taking, you know, in this case, I'm the client, right? And I think that's a fabulous one. Bijoy Gautam, who attended Bijoy's session? All right, give a shout out. Yeah. Right? Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Right? Bijoy stayed in my house 2 nights before I kicked him out because I felt Frederick was more important. And Bijoy is sitting in his room and he's practicing. You know, he's practicing his talk again. And just before coming here, he locked himself in the speaker's lounge and he kept going. He's just, you know, visualizing and putting it through. I think that's a fabulous one, right? I think that's very, very powerful. Thank you. And on this regard, what I want you to do is I want you to play video number 13. And this is from Ayesha Biba, who's the president of the Bangladesh Association of Professional Speakers. And let's talk about one tip that has really helped her out. Oh, wait, hang on. It's...
Hi.
No, hang on. No, okay. I think she must have changed her sex. Hang on. It has to be... No, I think it's 14. Can you try 14? Does it say Aisha? 14? Okay, can you play Aisha?
One technique that I always follow before I start my speaking, which is I visualize the total situation. I visualize myself being present on the stage, speaking, and the way I'll be carrying my emotions and the way I'll be looking like in my gestures, my postures, my expressions, my hands, my movements, and everything. And I also visualize the audience, how they will be responding to me, the way they will be listening to me once I'm speaking, and the way they will be asking the question at the end of my speaking. So the visualization technique helps me a lot to be present, and that also make me more connected once I'm presenting on the stage. Thank you.
Brilliant. Excellent. All right. Who's next? Let's talk. Kalpita, you want to pick up who you want to give it to? All right. Excellent.
Wow.
Ma'am, you got to speak to the audience.
Yes, please. Okay. So if it's a small group, I by heart every participant's name. I spend about 18 hours surfing through the net, through their LinkedIn profiles, Facebook profiles, wherever they're visible. I by heart things like the names of their family, their where they've worked before, and where they are today, and where they intend, whatever is available about them. Any quotes that they have, anything at all that they have posted, I by heart all of it. All of it. And even when they enter the room, I tell them, take off your name tags, and I call out to each one of them by their name, describing something about them. Okay, and I've done this, my maximum is around 57 people, right? And I think that really makes it very, very connect. You can connect to them. You know the audience before you even enter the room. And I think that works like magic for me.
Fantastic. Nina, no pressure. No pressure. It's okay. That's a brilliant one. It's an absolutely brilliant one. Kudos. I think having that personal connection does magic. Yeah. Yes, please. But you got to wait for your microphone.
I completely 100% second what Vijaya has said, because I was in her session 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and after that we've never met. Today in the lunch, she exactly knew where I was sitting, who was sitting next to me, my name, credentials, what I do as a trainer, and everything. So whatever she was talking about by heart, and I said I can touch your feet, because I've never come across such an amazing memory, you know. You do a lot of trainings, but you don't remember a person. And you were sitting next to this guy, you were right in the front, and you were talking this. And that's 2 years ago. So I completely vouch for that.
Brilliant one. Absolutely brilliant one. In fact, let's hear from the founder of the Global Speakers Summit, the guy who founded, and the president of the American Association, it's called NSA, National Speakers Association in the US. Let's listen to Scott Friedman 3, video number 3. And let's see if it matches with what Jiva just said.
Hello, PSA India Summit attendees. Scott Friedman here, past president of NSA and founder of the Global Speaker Summit, with one idea. Could it be to come from a place of abundance, share your trade secrets with others, and that will help you get what you want? That's a good idea. Or, how about this? How about, as a speaker, we come from one of three places. Self-centered, that's ego, not good. Content-centered, focus on the content, better, but still the best. To be audience-centered, not to control our audiences, but ask what we have in common. Our audiences are a mirror of us. Come from love, we get love back. Great audience-centered speakers come from a place of humility, authenticity, and vulnerability. Now that's a good idea. Is that about a minute? I think it is. All right. Have a great conference. Love you.
I think brilliant. And that is audience-centered. And when you can remember and when you can empathize and connect, I think you got the audience. Absolutely. All right. So let's, Shraddha, your pick now. So you get to choose whoever you want. All right, Maharaj. Oh,
Hi.
Okay, sorry.
So one tip that has helped me become a better speaker is getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. So what you hate to do, if you start loving to do that, automatically you become a better speaker or better person as such. So what I did today, I hated theater, but I acted today. So
there you go. Absolutely brilliant one. You know, I think getting out of the comfort zone and doing it is brilliant. Now, let's listen to Romeo Marcus, who speaks on a similar point, and let's hear what made him become a very popular, successful speaker. He's from the US. Okay, 2.
Yo, 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 what up? Romeo Marquez Jr. here, international speaker and best-selling author. And Kiruba reached out to me because he wanted me to answer this question of what has helped me up-level my success as a professional speaker. And before I answer that, I just want to say shout out to my peoples out there in India. Man, I love y'all. Did a couple of tours out there, especially the people in Chennai. I love y'all. Anyway, so to answer that question, I thought about networking. I thought about mentors. I thought about, constantly practicing. But the main answer that comes to mind is this. Taking action. Take action. Take action. Take action. Take action. We know what to do, but we don't always do what we know. So those things that you've been delaying on, take action. Remember this. Remember this. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. And Jack Canfield, my mentor, also says this, which has also helped me up-level my career as a speaker. The world doesn't pay you for what you know. It pays you for what you do. So know that the world needs your message, and it's time to deliver that message by taking action. Why? Because it's time. Peace.
Cool. Absolutely cool. Fantastic. All right. Krutya, where are you? Okay, you get to pick now. Krutya, I'm not asking you to pick your husband. Just pick a person, yeah.
For me, this is Vikas Jain. For me, it was product market fit. And as a speaker, my speech is my product. So keep improvising my product and keep improvising and finding the right fit with the market. So keep improvising these two things, and I'm improving as a professional speaker. Thank you.
Brilliant one. I think it's a good one. And I want you to play video number 5, and it's a very critical one. What is the word that you used? Build your product?
Product market fit. It's an entrepreneurial term normally used by businessmen. So
got it.
Product market fit.
Got it. Good one. Okay, let's play 5.
Well, g'day. How are you going? Hey, hello from New Zealand. Your president, Kiruba, Facebook messaged me the other day and asked if I could do a short video on the business of professional speaking. And I said, do you want me to have my clothes on or off? Because it's the summer here. And this was the picture that he sent back. So I guess he wants my clothes off. So I want to tell you the naked truth about being a professional speaker. And it's this. You have to want to build a business. It doesn't matter how good you are as a speaker, how confident you are on stage, how many people have told you how amazing you are. You won't be a successful speaker, a professional speaker, unless you build a business. And that's hard work. That means sales and marketing. That means product development. And part of that product development is working on your own craft as a professional speaker. Having said that, I want to leave you with one final thought. There is no one size fits all. So you'll hear a lot of good material at this conference. A lot of great ideas. Not all of them will fit you. You'll take some, you'll discard others. But the fact is, if you want to be a successful professional speaker, you have to want to build a business. All the best for your professional journey. See you guys.
Brilliant one. Brilliant one. So his name is Glenn Sharkey. We call him Shark. He was the president of the New Zealand Association of Professional Speakers. A phenomenal guy. He specializes in training, but boy, is he an expert at that or not. I want you to play next one because this is a very, very important point that I wanted to add. See if you can find play 8. This is coming all the way from Germany.
Hey, PSA India. How are you doing, guys? This is Ilya Grashkovitz, international keynote speaker from Germany. And first of all, big congrats on hosting your first international professional speakers summit, sold out. That is such a huge accomplishment. So thanks a lot for everyone's effort for that. And with this video, I'd like to share with you my #1 technique that helped me to become a successful keynote speaker? Well, it's not really a technique, but it's the foundation of what I've accomplished in all the years, and I've got my 10th anniversary next year. And my tip, my technique is I'm treating myself as a business. So everything I do, I treat myself like a business, because there's a difference between being a professional speaker and being a public speaker. And the business has grown ever since. And so I hope that was helpful for you, and I'll see you guys somewhere around the world. Have a great convention.
Fantastic. The difference between a public speaker, which all of us would have at our early stages, but the difference, to becoming a professional speaker is getting that business mindset in, and having the guts to go and say that you are a professional speaker. One of the biggest things that happened is 2.5 years ago, I took the decision that I will not give any more free speeches. Absolutely no more free speeches. I made it out there in writing. I put it out there, and it has 98% of invitations for free speeches just completely dropped, right? Which is brilliant, because I don't have to go through that thing. So I think that's a good thing. Put yourself and let the world know that you're a professional speaker. You can still give free speeches, but you can say that I charge this amount of money, but for you, I'll come and do it. That's the difference, right? You're still saying that your value, you're worth this, and you're taking an exception. I think that's a brilliant one that helped. All right, so let's go with Sudha. You have not spoken a word since you've come, so you get to pick one person out here. How is that, Sudha? All right, good one, Sudha. Good one.
Good evening. What has helped me to become a good speaker is that I'm continuously learning, especially on my subject of entrepreneurship. You have to update ourselves of what is happening today. So even if you don't know, you can be confident that last night, so life doesn't stop teaching. So as a speaker, we should not stop learning. That's what helps me to be a
Brilliant
good speaker.
one. What's your name again?
Namrata Thakkar.
Let's give Namita a big round of applause. I think that's fantastic. In fact, that is exactly what the next incoming president of the Global Speakers Federation, Walter Wall from Holland, and he has to say. Let's play 10.
I hope you're having a great convention. I can't be with you because I'm in Namibia. Kiruba asked me to share with you the most important technique that I use to become a professional speaker. Well, of course, I will give you two. First of all, I think it's very important that you are the expert on your topic. You need to be well connected to the working field. You need to be connected to the scientific world. And you have to tell your story from a scientific proven way of doing. So be the expert, because you're on stage and people will accept your story. Number two, create your own mastermind group. I'm convinced that working with speakers in a network that meet 3 or 4 times a year and spend the whole day talking about our work, our job, will help you to be less lonely. Because when you're a speaker, you are alone. Talking to people with different topics, but in the same speaking business, will help you to grow. And when it's open and trustful, you will have a great experience. I hope that you love these tips, work with it, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Brilliant one. Paul is an amazing guy. In fact, I wanted to share a personal experience. A few months ago, Zoho invited me and Praveen Shankar on a speaking tour on digital selling and outlier marketing. So it was a 3-city tour. It was Chennai, Bangalore, and Mumbai. And I want the microphone to go to Praveen Shankar, because I want you to share what that experience was, because this is in connection with Mastermind and how, when you help each other up, what is the difference?
So the two of us were there doing back-to-back speeches on a related topic, selling and marketing. Now, we could have ripped each other apart, gone at each of our throats, but we chose to help each other. The talk together was about a couple of hours, and then we spent another 2 hours every event passing on constructive feedback, basically ripping each other one-on-one to make our speech better. So we did that right after Chennai. Bangalore was better and Mumbai was the best, because right after each, both of us kept notes. When he was talking, I was taking notes on his posture, style, Toastmaster style, number of ums and ahs and bits, where his body was, what his language was, communication, content. I ripped him apart. I thought I did a good job. Then he did an even better job of ripping my talk apart. Yeah? But it was all planned. It was all so that we can become better speakers. And because we were doing the same talk as a road show, we became and got better. The content got changed. It changed on the fly. Of course, it was practice. But then that was a mastermind session that we hope to continue right across. Even if we are not sharing the same stage, we've promised that we will send our respective videos across, because when you look at a feedback perspective, and I'm sharing something that I learned at the APSS, that your first port of call when you ask for feedback should be another professional speaker. Because a professional speaker, shifting into local lingo, ஒரு பொண்ணுக்கு தான் இன்னொரு பொண்ணோட மனசு தெரியும். It's a lingo, it's a phrase. The phrase basically is only a woman can understand another woman's thoughts. So in the same vein, only a professional speaker can understand and judge another professional speaker. No disrespect to anybody else, but then we will look for and see a lot of things that will get missed out, so that we can improve upon ourselves and become better speakers. So that's what we did.
Yeah, Neha, can you pass the microphone to Neha?
So when they were in Bangalore, as you said, a professional speaker gave a feedback to a professional speaker. So there was a little exception here in Bangalore. Kiruba asked me and Krishna to sit there in the front with their notepads and write whatever we think as our own perspective, we being non-professional speakers, as an own feedback that we have for them. So that was the height of humbleness that they showed towards us, we being completely non-professional speakers, and also open to the depth of feedback, the open mind, mindset that they have, the depth of feedback they are open to, that a layman or whoever is listening to their talk, what kind of an experience that they are having from their talk, and what kind of a feedback they might have. And so we four sat after the session, after the talk, and we shared the feedback. So that was one great experience that we had.
Good.
Who came after the talk, after all the feedback session, pulled us aside and shared his points on our improvement. And the reason I'm telling it is, after I got off the stage, he came back and said, "You have now improved on whatever I said," which is something coming straight from his part. So we value that and thank you.
Fantastic. So on that occasion, sure. You have only 40 seconds, otherwise the ball's going to come.
In 1975, we were captains and we were in the ASMT, and we found we used to always, after a class, come back and give feedback to others, and it used to work wonders. So I think it's a great idea.
Good one. Good one. I want us to listen to the president of the Australian Association of Professional Speakers, Warwick Merry. In fact, about 3 days ago, he got rated as Australia's top 3 MCs in Australia. Warwick Merry, I think a guy with amazing sense of humor. Let us play one.
Hi, it's Warwick Merry, the Get More guy and former president of Professional Speakers Australia. The one thing that's really helped my business, the association itself. Through the association, I've learned a whole lot of skills and a whole lot of tips, tools and techniques. But most importantly, I can track $150,000 worth of work that has come from referrals from other members. These referrals have literally put money in my bank. I wouldn't have got those if I wasn't part of this association. Because frequently anyone who books a speaker is looking for more speakers. So being known and showing your style and technique to other members of the association can be a very powerful way to make money. That's the one thing that's had the most impact on my business. Thanks very much, Warwick Mary, the Get More Guy.
Hang on, let it play.
Here's the second one, just in case you want it. Warwick Mary, the Get More Guy and former president of Professional Speakers Australia. One thing that's really helped my business is to niche down. Now, I'm known as an MC or a master MC, and that's how I advertise myself. All of my marketing is around being a master of ceremonies or an event host. By niching down, I've really focused my message, I've focused my reputation in the marketplace, and I was fortunate enough to be listed as one of the top MCs in Australia recently. So it's what I'm known for in the market. I'm not trying to get any business at any cost from anywhere. So niching down has made a significant impact on my business, and I just wish I'd done it sooner. Warwick Mary, the Get More Guy, I hope that one tip helps.
Right. Actually, 2 tips. The first one he said was join an association. And let me tell you why the power of it. For 12 straight months, we had monthly sessions. And in every session, we would have 2 guys. Many of the guys who have spoken here have also come and spoken at the... These guys charge thousands of dollars, right, for their talks. But for the association, open-heartedly, they would come and share. Starting tomorrow, all of the things that happened for the 12 months, and all of it was free for 1 full year. But starting tonight, it's going to go behind a wall. It is only meant for members of PSAI. And I think that's because it is a filtration process, and we want to make sure that only the most interested people come and join an exclusive group. So, it's a great idea by Siva and the board. And so we're making this only invite only for sessions. And on every Sunday, the first Sunday of every month, we'll have amazing sessions. So setting you know. So the 2 people who are coming for the February month is one is Shari Briggs, the executive director of the Global Speakers Federation. So she's going to come and talk about how you can draw upon the strength of 15 other country associations. Now, quite honestly, for this Unconference, all I did was I just sent an email to each one of them. I sent it to 15 people. All 15 people responded with a personalized message. Right? And that is remarkable. I mean, 100% success rate. And that comes because we're part of the Indian Association. I am not so sure if Kiruba Shankar wasn't with PSAI, and if I just went and said, hey, shoot me a thing, I'm not sure it's well worth their time to send it. You understand? So it is the power, because all of us are as part of a gang, and because we are sold out audience, it's also in it for them to not only share, but also be seen as well, right? So it makes sense. That's strength in numbers. And the second one, thank you, Siva. The second one is Andrea Edwards, who runs a company called the Digital Conversationalist. She's from Singapore, and she is talking about how to use social media, specifically social media, as a way to get, as a way to connect with the audience and thus get more speaking gigs as well. Right? So it's 2 people, so it'll be a fabulous session. Excellent. Now, I want us, we have 3 more minutes. All right? We have 3 more minutes. I want to take the, I want us to play this one, video number 4. This is from the past president of the Asia Professional Speakers Singapore.
Global speaker, the brand guy. I'd like to tell you a little bit of myself. Over the past 23 years, I have spoken in 33 countries. I've worked with over 1,000 brands, and I'm the best-selling author of 8 books on branding. Last year, I made it as a top 30 global thought leader, brand guru.
Pause the video. Pause it.
Now, I share this.
What a pompous guy, yeah? I ask him for a tip, and he spends half the time telling how great he is. Okay. Play the video.
With you, not to impress you. I'm going to teach you a very fundamental principle when it comes to building your personal brand. And that is this thing called the credibility amplifier. Now, I use the credibility amplifier with a lot of my clients and on myself. There are many, many ways that you can do it. I've just demonstrated two ways. Number one, I shared with you credibility by using volume, meaning how many countries you've spoken, how many books you have written, how many years of experience, how many clients you have had, and so on. So numbers are very powerful, and numbers get your credibility across. Number two, I also talked about awards that I had. So last year I was a top 30 global brand guru, and that's a very powerful way to let people, to amplify your credibility in the marketplace. And there are many, many other techniques. So remember, today we live in an era where trust is extremely important. And before someone meets you, they're going to be online. They're going to be asking questions about you. The more you can plan ways that you can amplify your credibility, the better you are in terms of getting your brand out there. So my name is Jerome Joseph. I was very excited that India is doing their first ever convention. So I wish you success in having an amazing convention. I wish I am going to be there, and I look forward to seeing all of y'all and meeting all of y'all in person.
Fantastic. And that's the power of the group. That's the power of, so thank you so much, guys. You guys have been brilliant sharing your ideas. There's much more, and let's continue. And especially give a resounding applause to Isha, Kalpita, Shraddha, I think, and Sagarika. They've done an amazing job doing that. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Oh! For the rest of you cheapos, this ball is only 20 rupees. You're saving that ball. No, just joking. Thank you, guys.